Listen to me for a moment. Right now, wherever you are, whatever you're going through, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not weak. You might feel broken, tired, empty, like the weight of the world has crushed every last bit of fight inside you. You might have cried alone in the dark, wondering why life keeps hitting you when you're already down. You might have days where getting out of bed feels impossible, where hope seems like a cruel joke. But feeling that pain does not make you weak. Surviving it does not make you weak. Still breathing after everything you faced, that makes you one of the strongest people alive. And today, I'm going to remind you why. Let me tell you about a woman named Sarah. She grew up in a small Rust Belt town in Ohio, the kind of place where factories used to hum but now mostly stand quiet. Her dad worked double shifts at the steel mill, coming home covered in sweat and dust, yet he never once complained. Her mom waitressed at the local diner from dawn till late just to keep the lights on. Sarah was the oldest of 3 kids, and early on she learned that life doesn't hand out favors. School was her way out, the one place she felt she could breathe. She stayed up late under a dim desk lamp, studying hard, dreaming of becoming a nurse, of giving her family the stability they never had. But dreams don't come easy. When Sarah was 17, her dad got laid off after the mill shut down for good. Then, just months later, he had a heart attack. Suddenly, the family's main provider was fighting for his life in the hospital. Bills stacked up faster than anyone could pay them. Her mom picked up extra shifts, but it wasn't enough. Sarah dropped out of high school to work full-time at a warehouse, packing boxes 12 hours a day. Her hands blistered, her body aching from lifting heavy crates. She watched her future disappear one shift at a time. At night, she'd sit on the back porch of their little house, staring at the empty street, tears falling silently as she asked herself, why us? Why can't things ever go right? She felt weak. She felt like quitting was the only choice left. The years dragged on like that. Her younger brother and sister grew up seeing her give up everything for them. Her dad never fully got his strength back. Sarah became the one holding everyone together, but deep down, she was falling apart. She stopped dreaming. She stopped believing anything better was possible. She put on a brave face for her family, but alone, she felt completely empty. One freezing winter evening, after a brutal 14-hour shift, she slipped on ice outside the warehouse and collapsed. Co-workers called an ambulance, but as she lay there on the cold ground, all she could think was, I can't keep doing this, I'm too weak to go on. That fall changed everything. Lying in the hospital bed, staring at the white ceiling tiles, something finally clicked. She remembered her dad's quiet words from when she was little, when he'd push her on the swing in their tiny backyard. Sweetheart, real strength isn't about never getting knocked down. It's about getting back up every single time. For the first time in years, Sarah let herself feel all of it. The anger, the sadness, the exhaustion. And then she made a promise to herself. She wasn't going to let her story end in defeat. She signed up for GED classes at the community college while still working full-time. She studied on her breaks, on the bus ride home, in the quiet minutes before falling asleep. Her body screamed from tiredness. Her eyes stung from lack of sleep, but she refused to stop. People around her shook their heads. You're too old to start over, they said. You've got bills, family, be realistic. But Sarah had lived long enough with regret. She knew staying stuck would hurt far more than pushing forward. Tests came and went. She failed a few, cried over the results, but kept studying harder. 8 years after dropping out at age 31, Sarah passed her nursing school entrance exam. Not only passed, she ranked in the top percentile for her state. When the acceptance letter arrived, she didn't celebrate loudly. She just sat on that same back porch, looked up at the night sky and whispered, this one's for you, Dad. Today, Nurse Sarah works in a community clinic right in her old neighborhood, helping families who can't afford big hospitals. Her dad sometimes sits in the waiting room watching her with quiet tears of pride. Her brother and sister are both in college now, chasing their own paths. And Sarah, she finally rests easy at night knowing she didn't let life break her spirit. Here's what Sarah's story shows us. Weakness isn't feeling the hurt. Weakness isn't shedding tears. Weakness isn't falling over and over again. Weakness is choosing to stay down. Weakness is letting hard times decide who you are. But you're still here. You're still pushing forward in your quiet way, even if it's just by opening your eyes to another day. That unseen fight, that daily courage no one applauds, that is true strength. Maybe right now you're grieving a loss. Maybe someone you loved walked out or was taken too soon. Maybe anxiety grips you tight every single day. Maybe you're trapped in a dead-end job that steals your joy, or carrying shame from choices you wish you could undo. Maybe you're a single parent working 2 jobs, terrified of letting your kids down. Maybe you're a student staring at one failure after another, wondering if you'll ever measure up. No matter what your fight looks like, hear this. The simple fact that you're still carrying on, still holding on to a sliver of hope, still facing tomorrow, that makes you stronger than you realize. Strength doesn't always shout. Sometimes it's the soft voice at the end of a long day whispering, I'll try again tomorrow. Sometimes it's the person who smiles through their own pain to help someone else, who keeps going even when no one's watching. Real strength is raw. It's tired. It's tear-soaked. It's beautifully human. You are not not weak for hurting. You are not weak for asking for help. You are not weak for dark days or doubting moments. You are human. And being human while carrying heavy loads, that takes a kind of bravery most people will never understand. So right now, do this one thing for me. Look in the mirror and say out loud, I am not weak. I am surviving. I am growing stronger every day. Say it until it sinks in deep, because it's the truth. Every scar you have is evidence of battles you've already won. Every morning you choose to keep going is proof of victory. Every time you've been knocked flat and still found a way to rise, that's not weakness. That's an unbreakable heart. Your story isn't finished. These painful chapters you're walking through, they're shaping you for something bigger. Like Sarah, like so many others who refuse to stay defeated, you will rise higher. It might not be today or tomorrow, but one day you'll look back at these storms and see clearly. They were forging the strongest version of you. You are not weak. You are becoming unstoppable. Keep going. The world needs the strength you're building, even if you can't feel it yet. And one day you'll stand where Sarah stands now, looking back at everything you overcame, knowing deep in your soul that you were never weak. You were and always will be a fighter.